Welcome to the Good Karma Sport Fishing Podcast. I'm your host, Captain Ryan Van Fleet. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. So I've got a Wahoo tip to share with you guys today. But before I get into that, I want to talk about my one-on-one laser sessions. Okay, so my one-on-one laser sessions are coaching sessions, and basically what happens is the client calls me. He has a topic that he wants to get covered, and in the laser sessions, it's no holds barred. For example, if you wish to book me for learning how to find mutton spots, snowy grouper spots, golden tilefish spots, wahoo fishing spots, it's a no holds barred one-on-one. That's all I'm going to say. So I bring up maps, I show you. So, and I give you the golden ticket so to finding them, and it does not include having to buy all this mapping technology out there. The mapping technology helps you learn the bottom, but what it doesn't share is a lot of the secrets. Okay, so just know that. I also offer when and where. That's another one for mutton snappers, wahoo. I get asked, well, how do you know when this is going to happen? Well, I go over the process in an hour, and that's it. It's very detailed, and I pack it in to the hour, and then we have a little Q&A at the end, and then yeah, that's it. So if you're interested, I give you guys enough. I don't want to give you guys too much, but all I can say is that if you're going out there and you're spending all this money on fuel, lures, I see it every day, and new boats, that it's well worth an investment to hire me for a one-on-one session. So you guys can search through YouTube all you want, but I'm just going to give it to you in an hour straight. I'm going to be straight up with you, and yeah, that's it. Okay, let's dig into a little bit of wahoo fishing and what I'm doing here. So this season, it's been, I've been catching some wahoo. And what have I been catching them on? So I have not been catching them on the halcos. Okay, I've been catching them on ballyhoo and sea witches. Run deep on my downriggers. That's what I've been using, and that's what I've been catching them on, and it's been pretty good. Couple trips I've seen, like I've mentioned before, I told you guys to keep your eyes on the surface and look for them coming to the surface. I had a couple, I seen them splashing. I mentioned that in my previous podcasts, and then you just got to look for the surface activity, read the water. And I saw some pop out of the water chasing flying fish. Everybody looks at those jumps as sailfish. Well, those sailfish you can see. And if you can't see the whole body of that sailfish when he comes out of the water, 9 out of 10, or should I say 7 out of 10, I should say, it's a wahoo or a big kingfish or a big cuda coming up. But usually kings will skyrocket. Wahoo, they tend to it tends to be a quick lightning flash across the water to get the flyers, and that's what I seen. And I got in front of them right when I seen them, and we caught 2, and they were eating flyers. Okay, the bellies were packed full, and the bites that I got were on ballyhoo. Now, what am I doing different with my ballyhoo? And I'm doing something different with my ballyhoo this year. And what I'm doing is I'm adding a third hook. And how am I doing that? So on all, say for example, most of you guys buy pre-rig ballyhoo, and I'm not a huge fan in buying pre-rig unless they're coming from Sea Spook Baits. And we're going to be carrying some Sea Spook Baits rig ballyhoo at Tavernier Creek Marina at the Chris's Bait and Tackle Shop here very soon. Within the next few weeks here, we're going to stock that bait for wahoo season, along with large bonito strips and some other wahoo baits that Sea Spook does. She's going to be doing some custom ties, how I do it, to kind of save you guys time as well. So, which is awesome, and I'm super excited about that, because basically you can just pick up the bait, put your skirt over it, or it'll have the skirt on it. So that way you don't have to, if you only need a few and you're just coming down for a little short vacation, then yeah, we'll have them there at the shop. So stay tuned as we'll make that announcement on Instagram and YouTube as well. Okay, So what am I doing different with the rig ballyhoos? So first, if you want to learn how I rig ballyhoo double rigged, I have that as a course. Okay, I do a titanium rig, and now there's lots of rigs out there on YouTube, but like I said, I caution some stuff with that. Just make sure when you do, like if you are rigging ballyhoo through how you learned how to do through YouTube, that the wire doesn't slip through the ballyhoo. Okay, the nose has to be sealed just right. Okay, so one thing you guys have to do is you have to get that beak sealed, and you have to get that nose sealed so that wire doesn't slip. And a lot of that stuff you see on YouTube, what I'm seeing is that they're not showing that. Okay, so you have to make sure that the wire doesn't slip through. And I can tell you what, some of the videos that I've seen, that wire's gonna slip through and they don't show it. So just use caution, please, because you're going to get out there, you're going to rig a bait, and what's going to happen is that your ballyhoo's going to like scrunch up like a scrunchie, and you're going to be like, what the fuck happened? So word of caution. So when you are rigging ballyhoo at home, just make sure that wire does not slip. Okay, especially if you're doing tail rigs or trying to make Cayman crushers. There's lots of secrets of that stuff that you guys don't see. Okay, it's purposely not shared. I can tell you that much. So if you guys want to learn how I rig titanium, my titanium double rig ballyhoo, I'll show you. This is the method that works, and it saves you a lot of time, and your hooks aren't going to fall out, and your ballyhoo's not going to scrunch up. It's just going to be exactly how I do it. The amount of wire, exactly. Okay? So, along with that video, you can do this tip. Or you can pre-purchase ballyhoo. Okay? Like I said, Seaspook makes a really good double rig ballyhoo. But other than that, I don't have any personal recommendations at this time on what ballyhoo to use. Okay? Double rigged. So, but if you do buy double rigged, what you guys need to do is you need to make sure those hook eyes are cinched. Okay, so you need to check those because the hooks are going to fall out, a lot of them, like bionics, and the hooks fall out. I've seen them, like I've come back, I've lost Wahoo at the boat because the damn double hook fell out. I've seen that happen to several guys, and once I showed them what to do and how to make the correction, they did that. And you can do, you can crimp that eye shut, and you need to go back, and I go over that in the video, and I show you guys how to do that. Okay, but here's the trick with the double hook ballyhoo, and this could be like the kingfish way or the opened eye way, like where the eyes are open, or I'm sorry, where the hook gaps are out or the hook gaps are in the front. But what I personally like to do is I like to add a third hook. Okay, and how I do this is that I open up a hook of a Mustad 9.0 O'Shaughnessy, the 3407-07, and I'll open that up with just a cutter. They're easy to open up, and I go through that in the video. And then what I do on that back hook is I add what they call a dangler. Okay, so on the very back hook, the one closest to the tail, I add the dangler, and then I just slip that onto that back hook. Now, if you're buying double rigs, you have to size the hook. Okay, so on the hooks that I use 8s and I use 9s. Okay, so you just have to make sure that the hook eye is not too big for that, so it won't fall out. So that I'm going to leave up to you guys, and if you want to learn more, you can buy the course. But I may put a YouTube video up showing you guys this little trick, so you see it, so you can stay tuned for that. I'll announce that if I do it. So something to look forward to, because I am building up my YouTube channel. And anyway, so what you do is that you add that back hook, you add a third hook to that back hook. So you open up a number 9 eye, you slide it over the back hook, and then you cinch it shut with a crimp, and you just leave it. You don't want it in the meat, and you want that back hook just dangling. And what that does is similar to the Cayman Crusher rig that most of you guys know what that is. You've seen that featured on some videos, and that back hook vibrates, and and you don't have to worry about it like getting caught in the meat or anything. It rides up naturally with the force of the ballyhoo is coming through the water, and it pulses. Okay, it pulses, and it adds extra attraction to that tail. So you don't get a lot of action out of a double rig Ballyhoo. Okay, unless you do a couple things to it, but I'm going to share what else I do to the double rig Ballyhoo in another video, in another podcast, and then which I'll maybe add a little video to it. But so I'm going to leave this with you guys today. You add that third hook, and no, they don't give a shit. Oh my God, we're trolling plugs with wire. We're trolling plugs with wire. We're trolling plugs with like trebles dangling from them, and no, it actually adds pulse and bubbles, and it attracts the fish. That's why the Cayman Crusher is so good. Those tail rig baits like that, they just pulse, and that free swinging hook just gets up with the tail, and it adds some vibration to it. And that's what I've been doing this year. And we've been catching them. And I haven't had too much luck with Ballyhoo since I quit using the Cayman Crusher a few years ago, because it just got to be a total pain in the ass to make. So I made some other adjustments to get there without it taking so long to make the Cayman Crusher rigs, and boom, I hit it. So I just started adding that third dangler hook, and it just waves it freely, and it rides up and adds vibration to the tail, creates a little bubble, and there you go. Super easy. And no, those fish don't give a shit how many hooks that you have on the bait, and it adds vibration to that double rig. Instead of it, that double rig usually rides like a zombie, man. It's like, because you got that second hook in there, it just kind of just doesn't get that tail wag. So, but it catches fish. So try it. Watch what happens. You just have to like size the hook correctly, and use your brain a little bit. And it's tough, man. There's days I don't want to use my brain, but honestly, over the past, like, I don't know how long I've been using it, but I started using On It, and it was like, everybody's like, oh, that stuff is, hocus pocus. This stuff works, man. It's exactly as advertised. That's all I can say. I'm a machine when it comes to working long hours and coming home and doing everything else I need to do without becoming a zombie. And it's really not about the caffeine. It's just like I discontinued using energy shots. It just wasn't for me, and I didn't like how they made me feel. But I needed something for my brain to click, and On It does it. I believe in this stuff so much that I became an affiliate for them. So if you'd like to give On It a try, I have an affiliate link in the show notes. So just go to the show notes for the podcast and click on the link, and then pick out what you like. So give it a try. Oh, if you're interested in signing up for Crew 2, we meet twice a month. It's highly detailed stuff, and it's one-on-one with me, question and answer. The first meeting of the month is the presentation. It's an hour or more seminar topic with interactive discussion. And I also offer a program for charter boat captains as well. That's very detailed, and I'm not going to get into that. And so if you're interested in that program, if you're a charter boat guide or a guide just starting out, just email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com, and then we'll go from there. Guys, that's all I got for today. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I'm going to start putting some content on there. Follow me on Instagram, goodkarmasportfishing_FL Keys. And if you're looking to book a trip with me, you can email me at goodkarmaryan@gmail.com, or you can send me a text, 305-619-2126. Thanks again, and remember, anytime you're fishing, it's all good.